Alright. Not exactly how you want to start a stream, but hey, let's get this out of the way. Hey peeps! The stream took way longer to start than I wanted to. You found T on Twitter? Exactly. Ugh. You even responded to the guy who made that tweet yesterday, which is the part like... Man. You guys ever feel like... What's the point? What's the point? Really, what's the point? You guys know, like, that hero review session was about 3 hours long, right? And... Man, you do it week after week after week, months, years, and it's just like so hard, because people want to be told they got the best. This is the best, this is the greatest, this is awesome, all those things, right? But like, how can you possibly be fair if you say things like that, right? Anyways, I'll address it all. It's just, yep, man, these things pop up and it's just unfair. It's always unfair. A 1 minute clip, if even that, of a 7-minute review, and then people run away with it. Run away with whatever they want to say, right? They don't give you full context. They don't need to give you full context, right? That's just how everything works nowadays. Just outrage for everything. The worst part is, man, the worst part is when you get set up on these things, right? When people tell you, hey, it's silly, it's not meant to be serious, and then you respond in kind, being silly, not serious, or at least less serious. And then you get plastered for it. Getting set up, man. Anyways, I'll address it in a moment. But welcome everyone. Ethan says, LL just saw the post on Twitter. Yeah, exactly. I'll show you guys. I'll give you the full context. I won't miss a thing. And then you guys can decide for yourselves. I think that's the fair thing to do, right? Bro, that's so lame. I deal with this like every year at minimum. Sometimes every couple of months. But that's how it works. People don't even understand what they're asking for anymore. Because to give people everything they want, it's not only not possible, it would take so long, so much effort, that nobody will want to do it. Not to mention, is that even right? Is that even the right thing to do? Whatever, I'll start in a moment. I'm just waiting. Because I know if we do this immediately, people will show up and then ask like what's going on, all those things, and then they'll just make things even harder. So I'll start it in a minute. But yeah, the setup is, hey, it's on Twitter. You can read it over if you want. I'll go over everything in a moment. All I ask is patience, fairness. Also, I'm not asking anyone to attack anybody, obviously. Come on. I'm just venting, because, look, every single time this happens, I have to deal with ramifications. People can say whatever they want, accuse you of whatever they want. You can ask for receipts, you can ask them to be fair. Like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. When you're a public figure, or public enough, like a streamer is definitely a public figure at this point, people can take whatever they want and blow it up into whatever they want. It's really rough. I've dealt with this for years and years and years. You wish it was fair, but it never works out that way. Anyways, let's start, shouldn't we? And I generally, like, people advise you to, like, just ignore it. Just ignore it. But when you ignore it and say nothing, then it's right. And you're And the sad part is we're in a world where no one asks questions, right? Like, hey, show it, prove it, you know? People don't even say those things anymore. Don't even ask those things anymore. I already know it's gonna be dumb, yeah. All right, let me turn off the thing on the side and then let's begin. I'm gonna do the setup in the background so that all the information's gonna be readily available. I'll try and be as fair as I can here, man. That's going to be hard because this was very unfair to begin with. When someone's unfair to you, you really don't want to be fair back, but it's the right thing to do. And so I'll start from top to bottom and we'll get the entire thing out there. More drama, I know. It's hilariously bad how often I have to get dragged through the mud, essentially. And people will just say, you know, if you don't want to deal with it, just quit. I wish life was that easy, right? If you don't want to deal with something, give up your dreams, just quit. If you don't want to deal with it, just find something else. And then when that something else has drama or has difficulties, just quit on that too. And then eventually there's nothing you can do and there's nothing you want to do. Then you just quit on your life, right? Unfortunately, there's just nothing you can do. So you just deal with it. Bear with it. And in this case, try to at least defend yourself. Yeah. JK, if you read it, then you know how bad it is. You know how bad it is. By the way, you guys know, like, I'll just explain this really quickly. I didn't change my name to avoid controversies. That wasn't the point. Because you guys knew I've been a VTuber since 2021. I didn't do any of that to avoid controversies or anything. I took as long as I did because I didn't want to be called someone who's trying to like hide from all these things. That wasn't why I did it. I did it because every VTuber, almost every VTuber rebrands when they become a VTuber because it's a new identity. You don't want to be linked to things that are IRL, right? I don't want to break character here, but like, you don't want to make it so that they can find, like, Nimius. That was my Smash name. If you look it up, you'll find me playing Smash, IRL, at tournaments, right? That's why I didn't keep that name. It wasn't because of controversies or whatnot. It literally breaks being a VTuber, who you are. Like, that's the only reason. That's why it took so long, because I didn't want to be accused of like trying to hide from drama or whatever. No, that wasn't it. Not at all. But that's so frustrating because whenever I get brought up in all these things, people try and connect these things and make it worse. What can you do about it? But they assume that without any piece of information, yeah. Most you guys who actually watch me know the truth. That wasn't it. And yeah, I made mistakes. I can admit that easily. I admitted that so long ago, and I still don't have any issues admitting it, even after all this time. The only thing I did learn since all that happened was you should never admit your mistakes. Not on the internet. It is the worst thing you can do for yourself to admit your mistakes. Do you know why? It's like the conundrum. For example, if someone catches you lying one time, they will now assume you lie on everything. And you might be like, well, that's sensible. Sure, okay, but let's pretend it's something else. Say you stole. Does that mean you will always steal now? Especially when you apologize and recognize it was a mistake? What if it's something more serious? What if you killed somebody? You're now a murderer. Does that mean you'll just murder everybody now? Like, that's why you should never admit a fault. Because people will attribute it to however many instances they want and however much they want. Now that you lied, you killed someone. And that sounds crazy to some people, but that's how the internet works. They make connections when there are no connections. And the worst part is nobody's gonna ask a question about it. Anyways, let's start covering this. But yeah, like, that's the only thing I regret. Like, taking responsibility. The moment you do that online, people would demand you take responsibility for things that you didn't do, you weren't part of anything at all. But like, that's what they'll do. It's so frustrating for me because I'm okay with taking responsibility for what I did, but like anybody else, I don't want to take responsibility for what I did not do. That's only reasonable. People will tell you anything they want. It sucks. Anyways, I get dragged in all these things. The moment anyone brings up anything about me, I get dragged into all these extra things, and I don't want to deal with it, but let's get through this. I'm not trying to rant here. I just want to get through this, address this, and defend myself because that's the least I should do at this point. I've tried ignoring these for years. It doesn't work. People, the moment you ignore it, people just say it's validated. So. All right, let's cover it. All right, so before we begin, you guys know what a hero view is, right? Every Tuesday, I try and do hero views. Sorry, one sec. I just realized I need to close that screen on its side. My bad. I'll just close it, period. I don't want to drag anything extra into this or have people distracted about things. All right, let me start this to put everyone on the same page here, so everyone knows what's going on.
Hey Sanks, did something happen? I hope you're all right, my G.
Yeah, something did happen. As always, I have to deal with the ramifications of it, even though it's not even fair to begin with. But all right. You guys know what my hero view sessions are, right? Hero views. Every Tuesday, I check your heroes out. You guys can submit heroes. You can donate bits, you can use your points, and sometimes I just randomly take heroes in, and I check out your heroes, I give you my thoughts on your heroes, right? It's called hero views because I'm reviewing your hero, right? I'm critiquing your hero, and so I give my input on it, right? Fundamentally, it's me trying to tell you what I think about your hero, right? That is the fundamental basis of a hero view. Sometimes I have good things to say, sometimes I have bad things to say, sometimes I question what you're doing, right? I think all that's fair because if you come to someone and ask for their opinion, they will give you their opinion. But unfortunately, I think a lot of people are looking at this as hero worshipping, right? Not a review, a worship. So if I get shown a hero, even if it doesn't fundamentally make sense, I'm kind of expected to just say, hey, this is great, or like, this is amazing, or... But even if I don't even believe it, that's kind of the expectation nowadays, because if I say otherwise, I get thrown into these once in a while. So, what is these? Let's get into it. I'll show you the clip. This is what they showed off. It was a 7-minute hero view. They clipped 1 minute of it, and they blew it up on Twitter, so I'll show it. Normally, I would like to keep someone's name out of this, but how can I keep someone's name out of this when they're the ones who publicized this in the first place? So I know the expectations to like, hey, don't hide their names and whatnot, but how do I do that when they bring it forward like this? Anyways, let's start this out. I think it's in really bad taste to do things like this, but sure. Teagan, you knew what you were doing, man. And you knew what else you wrote. Maybe this isn't what you expected to happen. Fair enough. But you... I'm not gonna cry over the subs I lost, or the followers I lost, because when someone goes like that, they weren't worth you to begin with. But my guy, whenever these things happen, I get dragged into a lot of messes. And man, it hurt to see after all of that, all your response was like, I guess this guy's a jackass. Or, okay, I'm paraphrasing. Like, this guy was an ass all along. And you're out there retweeting tweets that don't even have receipts on it. Can you be fair for a moment, man? Like, that is not okay. But I'm gonna be fair for you, and I'll play it out. I'll be fair. I'll bring out all the receipts, so all this is fair. All right? I think that's the only reasonable thing to do. I'll try and be as fair as I can, man. But I didn't even want to do this. I didn't want to be dragged into this. Year after year, everyone tells me just ignore all these things, and I get shat on in the background over and over again. And sometimes I wake up and I'm like, oh, I have 20 less subscribers. I better check Twitter because I know what just happened. That was my day today. I don't even need to check Twitter. I'll know. I'll be forced to know when I'm dragged into something, man. Like today, I just wanted to watch the Nintendo Partner Showcase and just chill out. Hero views are already grueling enough, man. It's 3 hours just going over heroes. I don't do it for the money. I get 50 bits to 100 bits. Like, I make like $10 on that stream. And by the end of the stream, I always find like, hey, my stream's ad limited. So I don't even earn anything from the stream itself. Like $10 for 3 hours, man. It's not for the money. It's for this community. And then this community just shits on me. Afterwards. It's hard. Anyways, this isn't personal. I just want to defend myself. And I'm sure you didn't mean to make it personal. Or it's maybe not even personal for you even now. It's not meant to be that anyways, but let's be fair here. Let's start this. Yeah, no, don't go after him. This is not the intention of anything here. I just want to cover this, defend myself. I don't want to be put into... If I never defend myself, everyone's just going to take advantage of it. They already have. They already have. Occasionally I get notice a stream, and then people take something out of context and just... It is what it is. Anyways, let's just do this. Let's be fair here. I'll play the clip out. I'll read it as it is. I'll show you his responses. I'll show you the hero view. I'll show you what happened. Alright? And then you guys can decide yourselves. I'm not asking you to attack anyone. Definitely not. But I am trying to defend myself. Because that is the least I can do for myself after dealing with this stuff year after year. Okay, so this is what happened. A FateTuber rated my Lukas build, and this was the response. So I'm not going to preface this, but I will eventually get to it. So this is the clip. Anyways, this is madness. Please don't do this. I respect madness to a degree, but this is too much madness. Oh, Christ. Sorry, an ad ran. That irks me, man. This is a minute clip, so if the ad runs a minute, you're not gonna see the clip, so I gotta wait for it. I wish I could just turn off ads. I can't. As a partner, like, it's automated. So, on Twitch. So I'm sorry about that. I'll wait for it to pass, and then we'll get to it. But since I have a minute, I'll preface it by saying this is only a partial point of the hero view. The hero view is about 7 minutes in total, I think. It was at least 5 minutes, I know that, but 5 to 7 minutes long hero view. This is a minute of it. This is the ending of the hero view, and the build is a speedy Lukas. So that's a.
I am honestly shaking my head at that this is even an issue. One would think that when asking someone to check a build, that guy is subjecting themselves to honest opinions.
Right, and I thought he was okay with it, but it clearly spiraled out not okay. Like, you cannot You can't ask a FadeTuber to look at a speed Lukas and be like, that's great. It's hard. I gave him his flowers. Don't worry, I gave him his flowers at the end because you guys know I respect commitment to a hero. I respect it. I gave him his flowers at the start and at the end, but there's no plausible way you can expect me to say like this is what everyone should be doing, because I wouldn't be able to say that ever. But okay, I'll get to my response to this afterwards, or what I thought about it, but let's play the clip out clean. Anyways, this is madness. Please don't do this. I respect madness to a degree, but this is too much madness. You cannot make this work. It's just too slow. I don't know. I don't know if we can call this cooking. You know, it's like if we're gonna call this cooking, it's like I'm making a pancake and my entire kitchen's on fire now. The batter's everywhere. The smoke alarm's going off. I'm partially burnt, but I still really want to make this pancake work. And even after all that, when the fire department's here to put out the fire, when I finally clean up the room, when I finally healed up from the burns 3 years later, all I got out of it was a pancake. This was for some like fancy dish. It was just a pancake. But yeah, that's the craziest Lukas I've ever seen. But it's still just a Lukas. Worst build of all time. I agree, Teaster. Okay. Is that a bit harsh? So, to sum it up, the clip is as follows. It's the end of the hero view. I'm talking about concluding the hero view. So, it's the end of the hero view. I'm talking about the Lukas, and I gave an analogy of a disaster in a kitchen, right? Because all night long, people are bringing up, let him cook, let him cook, let him cook, right? It's a meme. You know, everyone's having fun with that. I get it. So I go into that because all night long we're talking about let him cook. And Teagan multiple times said, hey, it's a joke build, it's a meme build. So I reciprocated, right? Because if someone tells you it's not serious, then you should in kind respect that and make something that's not serious. So I went into that goofy pancake analogy as a result, right? It wasn't personal, but when you do it like in a minute, that context is completely lost. It just sounds like I'm just talking shit the entire time. I only did that because Teagan said it was a meme build. This wasn't serious. And how can anyone see a speed Lukas and say, you know, that's a super serious build? That just wouldn't be right. So I wasn't trying to be mean here. I was just making a joke. Because like making a pancake, right? At the end of the day, you go through a lot of effort for it. In this build, right? Let's be fair here. Godlike reflexes, who has that? Buffer 4, who has that? That's a Severa. That's a really high value hero. Arcane Ching, who has that? Right? High value from Engage. Attack speed 04, attack speed finish 4. Those are all high value skills. That's a lot of commitment to make this Lukas. Right? But I cannot possibly argue like this is going to hit his potential because his potential isn't in a speed build. In the video itself, in the full segment, I go on my way to talk about this by bringing up. I guess I can just show it, can't I? Yeah, I'll just show it. I bring up the reason why I know it doesn't work. I bring up the reason why I know it doesn't work. You know, it's like... By the way, that night, I had done 23 hero views. His was the second last, alright? So, give me a break. Sometimes you're tired afterwards. It's almost 3 hours of hero views. Could I have taken it better if it was like one of the first heroes? Yeah, but I didn't take a break through that entire thing, about 3 hours. And so... maybe I was a bit harsh, absolutely, but when you have no break and you soldier through all these things, sometimes you're not at your best anymore, all right? It was the second to last. And here, I go out of my way to show him this. What is this? This is the speed chart, right? I talk about this in specifically because I'm sure everyone has fought this character before. Brave Dimitri of Godlike Reflexes. Haven't you guys fought that before? Right? That doesn't work. It really doesn't work. I love fighting Dimitri's Godlike Reflexes because you just smash them. They lose. So if Dimitri with 7 more speed than Lukas, because Lukas is 22 speed base and Dimitri is 29. If he can't make it work, then Lukas really can't make it work, right? It's not me trying to be mean. I'm just trying to show him, like, the reason why I'm harsh on this is because I've seen a lot of Dimitris try this, who has more speed and is overall a better hero, and they can't pull it off. And so that's why I wouldn't say don't. That's why I'm saying don't do this with Lukas, because Dimitri in a better position can't pull it off. It's, again, not personal. It's just like a fact. A lot of Dimitris over the years have tried this build, and it does not work well. But yeah, that's all there was to it. That's all that I really meant to it. Unfortunately, that's not how Twitter works, and you kind of get pushed into all these things. So yeah, as a hero view, I gave my opinion on it, all right? And I maybe could have done a better job of being more open to it and more respectable to it. But man, I really felt set up through all of that. Because, Teague, man, didn't you say this was just a joke? Sorry, I think I was covering it. Didn't you say this was... Okay, so... I think that's a bit hard to see. I'm sorry, guys. You said, this one ain't serious, but he has outside quite a few units, surprisingly. And then you said, before you do, check out the skill list. This isn't a serious build. I'm just dumping skills on my fave FE character, but it carries me through PvE. I was told from the beginning this wasn't serious. So then why did this become serious? Right? Like... How do you read a tweet like this and not take it as anything else, that you took this really poorly? So let's go through it. He shows it off because, you know, in this game, you can make stuff like this work. Absolutely. I don't doubt that. I'm well aware. So he says, I don't know, the build seems to work for me. All right, well, let's check it out.
Good morning. What do you think?
Sorry, let's check it out. Again, I'm trying to be fair here and play out everything, so no context is missing.
Good morning. What do you think? With caution.
I stand vigilant. Lodestar Rush!
That's really badass. That really is. The fact that you have a Gen 1 hero beat Marth. I don't know which Marth it is because I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's still really incredible you can do that. I know that for a fact because I did Brave Marth plus 10 versus Engage Marth and I lost that. But can we be fair here? You had so much support to pull this off, right? And in this game, if you have enough support, everything works. Everything, really. Anything, you can make anything work if you have enough support. But as this is a hero view, I can't look at your team. I can't. You have a squad of 4. I don't know who the other 3 are. And even if I did know who they are, I don't even know what mode you're talking about. If it was Ether Raids, you now have 5 heroes. If it's Summoner Duels, now you have Captain skills as well. Not to mention in Ether Raids, you also have Chill Towers and whatnot, right? If you bring all these things in, as a hero viewer, I just can't do it. Like, I gave about 5 to 7 minutes to your hero review, but if you demand me to go through your entire team, it will take way too long. It's not even plausible anymore. It's not even realistic anymore, right? So as a hero review, I can only look at your hero. Anything more is demanding too much. Yesterday, we went through 23 heroes. They were on average 5 minutes a pop. But if I spent more time and looked at 3 other heroes, or 4 other heroes, or 5 other heroes, I don't know what mode it is. How's that fair? Moreover, even if I counted everything in your team, I don't know what you're fighting against. The other team can debuff you to no end, and I wouldn't even know. Right? So a hero view can't just include like, hey, I have Legendary Robin support. I have Asker support. I have Legendary Eliwood support. I can't look at it that way because then everything works and I can't say a thing. I look at a hero, then I just say, that's perfect with this, that, and that, but I don't even know if you have this, that, and that, right? And let's be fair here, I don't even think you told me what you had on that team. But that's why I think it's like very, like, disingenuous. So here's the thing. He says, it's not a serious build, just messing into my fave. I was just joking. I just want to see what you thought of the skill list, is what he said, right? But honestly, like, I don't know how you're going to claim it's a joke after all this. Because what did I get put into just because of this? Right? A Fate people rated my Lukas build and this is what happened. Do you guys want to see the responses? Because it's not good. I get told things like, they'll never understand true strategy. Oh. Okay, well, I guess you just blocked me, so I can't respond to this anymore, can I? Is this really fair? You're gonna put me on blast on Twitter, and I'm showing everything bit by bit with full context. You showing everything. I didn't put words in your mouth. I just showed it as it is. And you're gonna stop me from responding to it. Okay. Listen, man, that's not cool. None of that was cool. I won't cry over the followers I lose or subscribers I lose, but as a content creator, you don't know what it does to your mental to wake up every day throughout the years and see like, oh, hey, 20, 30, gone. Gone. You were just sleeping. You wake up and they're just gone. Then you have to go on Twitter and find out what happened. Yeah, it's that Lukas build. When I said cannot make this work, I was talking about in fair situations, because if it's 4 against 1, you can make a lot of things work. And then I get told, hey, he never changes. I'd show you guys more, but like, I don't think I get that opportunity. Then everyone would tell me like, oh, I would shit on them as well. Get written off. Like, it's so rare to see someone be fair about it, right? Like, this is unusual in a crazy Lukas build. It is. It is. And I thought I came back at it exactly like that, because at the end of it, I gave him his flowers. I said, this is the craziest Lukas build I've seen. Which it is.
Definitely
but I'm not
cool.
trying.
Noms, I loved yesterday's reviews and your content.
Thanks, man. Like, you guys, some of you guys really appreciate this, but What's the point? I just get dragged into these all the time. We can't even just talk about hero reviews after a while. I get dragged into other things. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, how can you tell me it's just a joke? This is your response, dude. Yeah, apparently it's him. Just learned about all that stuff today. Won't be watching again. Alright. I was pretty heated when I read about this, and again, waking up like this is terrible for your mental. But yeah, I'm sorry guys, this is hero reviews. If you show me a hero, I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. It's not hero worshipping. Alright? I'm sorry. I can't do that. It wouldn't make sense. If you show me something, I'll give you the respect it's due. At the end of the day, I still think this is the craziest Lukas I've ever seen. But you can't expect me to be 100% positive or say this is amazing or whatnot, or break the rules of a hero review and bring in your team. Because if I did that, I would have to do that for everybody, and if I did that for everybody, it'd be either too long or every build is amazing. All I'm asking for is just be fair. I can't do a hero review segment with the entire team in mind. It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be right. It wouldn't even be plausible. All right, this is my least favorite part where I have to address things like this. It's fine if you think I'm an ass, all right? But that's why this entire thing was so rough for me, man. Like, this is as a service to the community. I didn't charge you anything, Teagan. I didn't ask for anything. I did that build. It was the second last build. I do this because I love the game. I love the community. Even if they keep doing this to me, I'll do my best. Alright, so this is what I wanted to address. This is my least favorite part because whenever I get put into one of these, I gotta go through all of this. All of this. I'm just talking about Fire Emblem Heroes, right? So why am I getting dragged into this? I was just looking at where a Lukas build, but okay. This is what the guy says. I think it's Nimius was their previous name. I used to tune in all his review build streams, and I realized that he supports some insane shit, like the Chinese communist government's abuse is an absolute ass, so jump ship on that one. I responded, obviously, because when people accuse you of things that you did, and you don't have recollection over it, you're going to ask about it, as you should. So I asked, what the heck, since when? He said since 2020, 2021. So I asked him for the obvious, receipts. Is that fair? Right? Like, if you're gonna say these things, prove it. Prove it. That I'm a Chinese communist government abuse supporter, that I'm also an absolute ass. Can you just prove it? Is that fair? And he says he doesn't have receipts of every conversation and that I had deleted it. I deleted it. It was only after 0.5 seconds, man saw it, then I deleted it, and if this is all it takes to make a claim on internet, you can claim whatever you want from me, and you can get it. If anyone doesn't want to believe me, then be my guest. It's no skin off my back. I know what I saw. A user asks, like, you know the ramifications of putting stuff out like this. I want to dig and found very little. Just a couple others saying the same word of mouth. There's a lot I want to know still. Dude says it's totally understandable, right? And that I deleted it instantly. Come on, man. I never did that. I never said that. Yes, I made mistakes. Absolutely, I made mistakes in the past. But that doesn't mean everything. You can attribute everything to me.
We still appreciate you, and we understand some people just can't take criticism. I mean, I gotta speed Dimitri, and you tell me all the time that it doesn't work. Doesn't stop me from using it.
Yeah, I'm not telling you guys to not have fun and to not build what you want. That's not the point. But if it's a hero review session, I'm giving you my opinion on it. And I can't, in a meta where a non-merge hero is 60 plus speed, nowadays very easily, I can't just say, hey man, that 22 speed hero of yours, you should godlike reflexes. Like, I can't do that, I just can't. Anyways, this is the part that really gets to me. I would prefer not to just randomly rope in the Feytuber in question into another circle of drama, as they've suffered enough. So relating the fire publicly, I feel, is a bad idea. I'm already here. I don't get to avoid these things. I see them all the time. Like, be genuine. This is so disingenuous. You're telling me I've suffered enough and you're gonna rope me back into this. Without receipts. I'll say it again, I made mistakes, absolutely. When you're a streamer for 7 years, you have good days, you have bad days. Sometimes people catch you on your bad days. It sucks. And that's all they remember you for. All right, that's all.
That was a backpedal follow-up comment, cause he sees that people are also of the mind that you need receipts for claims that voracious. Know that we're behind you, Sangs.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry, I need a breather. Man.
But all I'm saying is just because one person say your build doesn't work, doesn't mean it's the end of the world. And I appreciate your honesty because at the end of the day, it's just constructive criticism. And I want to say I will still support you. Thanks again for all your help.
Chat, it's not personal. I think most of you guys know that. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. If I hurt your feelings, I apologize, but like... Honestly, maybe it's just time, man. I know. I also know you don't get to go back. I'm just tired of it all. I don't think you ever get to move on. I don't think it matters whatever you do. That's the part, like... I really don't think it matters what I do anymore. It is what it is. I know on the internet, no one else is real, right? It's a monitor. You're seeing everything through a monitor. There's no other person on the other side, right? But everyone's a real person. And so even if you don't think it's a big deal, before you know it's a big deal, I don't know, just be a bit more thoughtful than that, please. Sorry to hear that, Singers. Stay away from Twitter and Discord generally for that reason. It's internet, it's not worth it if none of it is. I'm still new around here, but I still like you. Sometimes people just hate you for nothing and there's no explaining or helping it. It's just what it is. I mean, I'll never have trouble saying it. I made mistakes. But I've come to the realization it won't matter. It will never matter what I do. Some of you guys were there. Some of you guys were there in 2021 when I went, in the span of 365 days, raised $10,000 for charity. I never see anyone mention that, or care about that, or say anything about that. Like that was my way of trying to make amends, trying to publicly show that I was sorry. No one cares. No one will ever care. You know, when I apologized, I tried my best to just apologize, to bring nothing in, Nothing outside of it, and try not to make excuses as much as possible. You guys don't know the full story of anything. And you probably never will, because the people actually involved will never come forward about it. And so what should I do? It's how shitty it is. I hate how in this day and age, the moment someone gets labeled a victim, everything that they ever did, what they're responsible for, is just wiped clean. And there's only one bad person involved. So I've had to deal with this for years and years because no one's ever come forward. So what can I do? I have all these receipts and I just have to hold on to it. Because those people actually involved didn't want this. So now I'm just holding the bag as the only one in the public about it. You're talking about a dumb guy from years ago? Yeah. How fair is that? You guys don't even know who he is. Whatever, man. It's fine. I don't want to feel sorry for myself, so... We had the intro program scheduled for tonight, but I don't think I'm up for it. Thanks, JK. Take care, man. Alright, I don't have much to say. I actually don't feel like doing anything. So... if you guys want to see it from start to bottom, it'll be on the VOD. For those who miss it. I would... I'm sick of just feeling like I'm this bad person who's out here to hurt everybody. I wish this was easy as just moving on. But I kind of realize there's no possible way for that to happen. People say whatever they want, and out of whatever they want, and then you just have to deal with it. I think they calculately attacked you because you were the biggest face streamer. You guys don't know how bad it was. I don't like addressing the past because they'll never address it well enough for anyone to be satisfied with. Isn't that great? You can just allege. Then after no one comes forward, delete it. Wipe your hand from it all. Then I have to still hold the bag. Nobody even knows who this was. And it won't matter. What's accountability? Some people saw it for what it was, but most people would never look at it well enough to realize it for what it was. So who cares? I'm not gonna verify who it was, and I don't even think it matters anymore. It's 4 years ago. It just sucks that even 4 years later I have to still deal with it. And I suspect 7 years, 8 years, 10 years, it doesn't matter how much time it is. I suspect I'll always be dragged into these things. Life is exhausting, no kidding. I'm like glad some people saw it for what it was years ago, but that's not what most people took out of it. What most people take out of it was just whatever they alleged. And then they allege these things, and when no one comes forward, right? When these victims that they're so happy to write about never come forward, all you have to do is just delete it. And 4 years later, we're still here. Still have the same shit.
Get some rest, Sanks. Get some good comfort food and try forget it happened.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Thanks for support, guys. This wasn't meant to target anyone. I'm just tired of taking this lying down. Some of you guys know, like, these posts show up every once in a while. In most situations, I ignore it. But when you ignore it, people just think it's absolutely correct. But the reality is, everything I do will be wrong. Everything. Ignoring it is wrong. Addressing it is wrong. What you address is not enough. What you address is a lie. I've seen it all. I try not to read it because it just fucks your mind. It's just I don't think a human being was meant to get hated on by people they've never even known. Hundreds and hundreds of people hating on you. I don't think you were meant to deal with that, because I don't deal with that well. And I don't think it matters how much time it's passed. I don't think therapy helps, because every little thing drags me back to this. And I already know what people say, just quit. Just quit. Quit on your dreams. Quit on the people who care about you. Alright. Hopefully tomorrow's better. We'll try watching the no program tomorrow. I appreciate you guys. Again, this isn't meant to attack anyone. I'm just sick of taking this shit from everybody. It's not literally everybody, but it feels like that when you deal with this every couple of months. Just a couple months ago, I had to deal with it again. And I wish it was easy to move on from, but it's not. How can you forget when you're forced back into it all these times? So yeah, even if it was just some silly hero review, it always spirals into more stuff. Anyways, I hope in the future we don't have to deal with this again. I hope in the future you guys understand a hero review is just a hero, and I can't possibly do it for everything else, the rest of the teams and all that stuff. And moreover, I hope you guys know it's not personal. And as for all the whatever people want to say about me, what can I do? What can I do? Alright, Spartan. Anyways, take care everyone, good night. Hope next time we talk and see each other it'll be a better night than this.